Hey, good morning, everybody. Finally made it on here. I ended up sleeping in a little bit. Hope you're all doing well. And I'm hoping that my voice is a little bit the audio is a little bit better for you. Good morning, Daniel. Trying to get everything set up here. All right. I don't have a bunch of time this morning. My plans keep changing. I got invited to go check out a Falcons game tonight. I guess it's a pregame. So my this this podcast got moved to this morning. That's okay. Let's check out the hex price. Looks like it hasn't done anything much in the last couple days. Got a little bit of sideways action, as you see here. This is why I wanted to, kind of to start getting people to start staking again. Um, i- in crypto, at least for me, when I got into it, it was all about the pumps. So in 2017, when I started getting into it, it was all basically everything that I bought, was pumping, and it turned, everything I touched turned into gold. So I thought I was a genius. And there's, once Hex came out, um, I was really excited to have something that was a was more of a financial plan instead of just a pump and dump essentially. And being able to lock up your Hex is super important. It is the first blockchain CD, and when Richard was designing it, I was actually in the straight chats with him, um, and we were talking about what did cryptocurrency need, and it was a blockchain CD. So as he started developing it, I got more and more excited and just could see the bigger picture. And over the last 5 years of staking, it's really been cool to watch. And so that's why I wanted to bring back staking into the realm of what people are talking about, and again reinforce the fact that this is why PulseChain was invented. uh, e- Ethereum was great to launch Hex on for the first time, but then the prices got so expensive that you weren't able to use the contract as it was intended. And so I really hope people get back into staking their Hex and creating a financial plan and a staking ladder, and that's what this loosely planned uh, video podcasting that I'm trying to do is just to get people out there and get them talking about it, get them thinking about creating a staking ladder for themselves. As I mentioned in my other videos, I did most of the time when I do a stake, I do it for like my birthday month or a special occasion, and that's typically what I recommend other people do too. Of course, there's other more advanced things that you can do, like there's like charts that you can see when other people's stakes are coming out, and you can try to time the market. But that again, that kind of defeats the whole purpose of what what creating a financial plan and staking is, in my opinion. Sure, of course, the more information you have, the better. But really, this is about long-term holding and you know creating a plan for your future. And so, like for my 40th birthday, I mean, I have stakes coming out every year on my birthday. Uh, but for like my 40th, my 45th, and my 50th, that's where I have like some really big stakes that I personally made. That way, I don't forget about them. Because life goes on, and planning out things 5, 7, 10 years in advance, 15 years in advance, um, it can be difficult to keep track of. So let's go over here, and I think that I'm live. I hope that I'm live. It says I'm live here. Somebody drop a hi in the chat if they can see this. Go over here and see if it's working. I hope this is all working. I'm I haven't done this in years, so I'm gonna assume that it's working. Okay, yeah, I see it says live now. Cool. So let's get into this over here. I'm trying to stay close to my mic this time. Oh, I got this shirt from PulseCan store. It's actually pretty nice. It's like embroidered. It's not just like a printed logo, and it's got something on the sleeve too. Got a hex logo. Digging that. Shout out to PulseCan store. All right, so these are the previous stakes that I have made down here. I started out with a 15 year, and during that time, the price, uh, you know, 3,500 hex was 25, about $25. And I'm basically doing $25 stakes. Again, this is just a public account. Um, people will do, my personal accounts, I do more than $25 stakes, but, I I kind of just wanted to show that you can do it with a small amount of money, and over time we'll see how things turn out. So this is, like I said, my first 15-year stake. That was a I think I actually did a 5 5 5 5 for that one. I did a 14, and the price was pumping a little bit right after I did this. It pumps, so 2300 hex was about $25. Price increased again. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the PulseX exchange, and that's typically how I find out the conversion rate is. So go up here, do USDC, I'll do hex, and type in 25 bucks. Okay, so it's saying 2174 hex is roughly is 24. So let's see what 22. So I'm gonna do 2,200 hex to see, or that's what I'm gonna stake, and I'm gonna stake that for 12 years. I'll go back over to our staking app. Go to my stake amount, 2,200 hex. Let's see. So I'm doing every month. I'm just doing the month of November again. That's my birthday month, so that's just what I'm choosing. So we did in 2040, 2039, 2038. So we'll do 2037. November 1st, 2200 hex. So that's going to get me 0.156 T shares, and I'm really hoping, and I think it'll work out. I'm hoping to have at least one total T share on this account when all is said and done. T share is your slices of the pie. So every day when the ticker ticks over, the hex is distributed. So you can see on my very first 555 stake, I had 0.25 T shares, and I've already yielded 7.734 hex because based off of my T share rate. The other one's gotten 3.2 and 1.3. This is, right now it might seem like not a lot of money. It's not a lot of money right now. but we're talking, years in crypto, and people that are able to hold years of crypto, like, like these Bitcoin people that you see posting, and it's like, oh, he transferred millions of dollars, or bought a couple $100 worth of Bitcoin and it turned into millions of dollars. That's the possibility, and that's possible in crypto. If you do like just a regular bank CD, that's not going to happen, right? So, and in a typical bank CD, you will like inflation will basically kill your APY. Um, so I'm that's why I'm diversifying into things like cryptocurrencies, so I can, at least have a chance to make a little bit of money on my investment, right? So these are small stakes, like we said, they're $25 at the time. This one's worth $40 now, because of the price increase. You wouldn't get you don't you're not gonna get that in the traditional banking CDs. So this is a really powerful way to invest your money. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not a financial advice, but you can't get these type of you're not going to get these type of returns in traditional markets essentially. So if you like crypto, which you probably do if you're watching this channel, then this is a really good way to set your future up and take a risk, right? These are all high risk but high reward opportunities. So let's go ahead and stake this. So we're doing November 2037. Is that right? Yep. So last one was 2038. We'll hit the stake button, and then my MetaMask is going to pop up. You can't see it on your screen. I'm going to hit confirm, and my favorite part is going to pop up once it's completed. It should have green banner and say stake complete. Oh, I also got this mug at the PulseChain store. I guess I should put a link in the video. Internet Money IO. Shout out to Internet Money IO. They've been working really well with our community, and uh, yeah, I like the wallet. I use it. Here we go. My favorite green banner. So we successfully staked 2,200 hex. Cool. And we can see down here that it's pending. So once the day clicks over, this will say complete, and I will have, made another stake. And so the price has dropped since last Friday. Last Friday, 2,100 hex was about $25. So the price has gone down. So we staked took a little bit more hex to do that, but we also got more T-shares, if you see that. So we got 0.156 T-shares for that $25 stake. And let's see, that brings us closer to my goal of one T-share. So it looks like we're definitely going to hit the one T-share rate. And like I said, the name of the game is T-shares when you're doing this. I wonder if I should be moving my screen. No, I shouldn't be doing any of that. Like I said, I'm still trying to get used to this whole streaming thing. I should probably be looking at all this here and have all this. I should have everything backwards probably. So I'm actually looking at you. Anyways, give me some tips or advice if you have any. Another thing I wanted to mention is this T-share daily close price. Um, it looks like it's forming a bull flag to me. So when Hex was first launched, you could get a T-share for $1, couple bucks. Since then, believe this was at the height when Hex was around $0.52. Um, so it was $8,000 per T share essentially, and now we've dropped back down. So our lowest was around 143 since that 8,000, but now it's popping back up. It's creeping back up. So I just thought it was interesting. This looks like it's forming a bull flag here. Let's see, I'm trying to see. Do I have anybody in here with me? Anybody? Anybody following along? I can't. I don't have everything set up right, so I can't tell if anybody's actually in here. Say hey in the chat. Give a like. Give a thumbs up. Let me know that somebody's in here with me. If not, that's cool. I'm gonna keep doing this, and I take full responsibility that I'm not doing it at a certain time. I work and have a lot of some. Crypto is not the only thing I'm doing at the moment. It'd be cool if it was, but right now it's not. And something else I wanted to check out on this stream was this website right here, Hex Daily Stat, and you can use this. It's hexstat dot today. You can find this on the hex.com website under links. You can see the current hex price, T-share price, T-share rate, the payout per T-share. So that was yesterday. So 1.520 T-share. So I have a theory on this as well. If I'm not sure if there's a chart on this. I'm sure there is, but I'm not real familiar with it. I should have spent some more time. I was super tired yesterday, so I didn't get a whole bunch of time to prepare for this. But um, payout per T share. Here we go. So here's a chart that shows you the payout per T share. So when we first started, we were getting about 1 hex per T share, and then it went up. So for a long time, looks like from 2021 through 2025, we were getting between 5 to 7, 5 to 7 hex per T share, and you can see some of these big ones. Like that was just gonna get my mouse on it. That was 60 hex per T share. In events like this, I believe these were accounts that basically got nuked. People that had big hex stakes, and then they ended up early in staking and essentially nuked their account. And so when other people in the ecosystem, when they don't, like if I were to go ahead and end stake these early, uh, you're gonna lose everything because you got to serve at least 50% of the stake, and then those penalties, those are actually going to go to everybody else that has been staking. So every day your payout will change depending on the penalties in the network, which is really cool. I really like that. Um, it rewards you for holding and keeping true to what you say you're going to do. Um, so and then I don't know if you can see because my big head is blocking it. How do I fix that? Can I fix that? Not really, not without messing everything up. Here we go. Now my head's not blocking it. So right here, the payout per hex changed. And this is something Richard Hart did. And should know more information about it. I can't remember exactly what he did. I don't know if he staked more longer on the OA account or what exactly happened. I'm also not hardly awake yet. Uh, I'm sure somebody will know, and I should find out, and then I'll come back with more information next Friday and tell you what the answer was. But basically, he changed something, and I think he did something to make the payout lower. Um, this wasn't just like a natural occurring event where everything went from, six, 7 hex per T share down to our 1.5, which is basically what is consistent now. I have a theory that so if you've been watching the chart, he has there was a couple bad actors in the ecosystem. People that bought, some whales that bought in early, and what it appears has happened is he basically wouldn't do anything. There was the SEC lawsuit and things like that, but he basically forced some people to get out. Um, and some of those really big accounts, if you're on crypto Twitter, you'll see that everybody was wallet watching, which I don't think is healthy. I mean, what you should be doing is what we're discussing today, which is staking, creating a financial plan, and then just hanging out. When you talk about other people, that are quote unquote dumping on the market, uh, I didn't appreciate everybody doing that. I think it's a bad look. I think it scares people away from doing what you should be doing, which is when prices are low, that's when you get more T shares. That is how that works. And so, everybody's basically just killing their own bags and getting people to not be interested in the ecosystem, because they're too busy watching other people's wallets. So that doesn't make any sense to me. And as somebody that's been involved with this for years before launch, I didn't appreciate that, and I don't think that you should be, scaring people away from the ecosystem. It just doesn't make any sense. So if that's you, stop it. Stop doing that. Also, this whole thing with watching you know, the Ethereum in Richard Hart's. They're calling it like the reserves or something like that. And maybe I missed something, but as far as I'm concerned, that's not Hex money. That's Richard Hart's wallet that we paid him for creating this ecosystem. Really not sure why anyone thinks that has anything to do with us. It's like, yeah, Richard Hart's rich as fuck. Uh, cool. I don't think that has anything to do with us. I think people are just thinking that he's gonna maybe use that money to pump our bags. I'm not sure that's how that's gonna work. I think and it doesn't matter. I mean, if you were involved with any of this, he's very clear, no expectations. And for some reason, people have like serious expectations, and that wallet has anything to do with Hex. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it has anything to do with Hex. I think what has to do with the Hex price is people going out there buying and staking, and every time you stake, it removes supply. So again, all you wallet watchers, I will post the address of this, and you can wallet watch this if you want. You can you can check you know, this $25 staking ladder if you feel inclined to do that. But I really would like to encourage people that are in that mindset of, Richard, makes or breaks this. It's really not that. That's not how that we got to 52 cents in the first place. Uh, that was people like myself and all the other hexagons that I know that onboarded people like for 2 straight years. And I can't tell you how many people I've personally have sat down for had dinner with, and it takes a couple hours and get all their wallets set up, and then get them to create their first hex stake and teach them this. And it takes a lot of time, but that's how the price goes up, is by people buying. And I know I'm kind of getting on a rant. I guess my coffee's kicking in, but everybody that's just sitting there hoping that a whale's gonna come in and pump the bags, it's like, yeah, that's cool. That'd be great, but also you can get out there in the community, like get your family, teach them about this, teach them about, T-shares, and how they work, and create a financial plan for your future. It's all gambling, right? Like if you do crypto, you're gambling that you're throwing some money in there, thinking that there's a chance that it'll go up. And if you know that, why not put some money into your future and make your, like for me, my 40th birthday is gonna be it's gonna be sick. Like, my 45th, my 42nd, my 50th birthday is, it I put some money aside to, if something happens, I'll be able to go on a trip or something like that. That's kind of my idea, my hope. Uh, so yeah. Anyways, enough with the rants. I hope you guys all have a fantastic weekend. Uh, get out there and share the good word about staking, about Hex, and you know, let go onboard some people. That's the bottom line, is onboard some people, and create a plan that works for you. I like my birthdays, and I have like Christmas. I created a stake 5 years ago, the first year that Hex was launched, for Christmas, and I'm gonna divvy that it comes out this year. So I'm gonna sell that. I'll sell that entire stake, and then divide it up among, I think it's 14 people in my family. Things like that. That's what I'm using the contract for. I'm sure there's other ways to do it too, but cheers. Love you all. Hope you're doing well. Shout out to Internet Money IO and the PulseChain store. I did buy this, is not sponsored by any means. But yeah, hope you take care, and I will see you next week. Later.